Buckets. That's the name of my boat. Buckets.
Buckets. What we get.
Not the only transfer we got from Florida. Keith Stone, too. Remember that.
Everybody who watches his show on a regular basis knows my love of the stretch four.
You know, we all make mistakes. He might have made one going to
It's
Tallahassee.
mercy if y'all don't know. Dribble to the left, cross over to the right. Hurricane to the game, many buckets for the night. Matt with the pick and roll, Melissa with the give and go. This Shelly, you, hoodie girl dunking in the hole. Check the scoreboard, this what we fall for. Peep the gameplay, they want an encore. Yeah, overtime for another round. It's buckets out the buckets, baby. You're out of time. It's buckets. What it is, homie, it's buckets. Woo! We get buckets. Yeah, baby, buckets.
I have no shame.
I know. That's the problem.
You guys are awesome.
Yo, I love that intro so much. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Buckets on Six String Canes. Matt's laughing.
I feel like you got so distracted by the intro. You're like, oh, yeah,
I do.
I'm the one that's...
After you
I
said,
get-
I'm going to intro this.
I get, well, the intro is just so good. I have to, and like, not everybody knows, but like some of those clips, there's some inside jokes because like, just we know what was being said when we're laughing, but some people might not.
You'd have to go back and
Especially the
watch.
one me and Matt are
Yeah.
laughing about.
I mean, everything's just assume they're making fun of me because they are. Should we? So our esteemed guest is backstage. You wanna introduce her and then we're going, Melissa?
Well, first, shout out to Anthony and Daniel in the chat. What's up, guys? But yes, we have our first guest ever to have joined the show back for a second time, the OG, the namer of the pod itself, the head coach of the Canes women's basketball team, Coach Katie Meier, on the show today. Woohoo, bring her on.
Hello.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Coach?
It's good. It's good. How are you guys?
Good. Excited for the season.
Yeah. I needed to come sooner. We're already bored with practice.
So how is
Well-
practice going then? I guess.
Yeah, we've only had 10. No, it's great because we had that European tour. We're far ahead. So it's one of those deals where the players are just looking at you like, you know, we got 20 more of these before the first game. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But we're going to throw in some scrimmages and stuff, and it'll go a little faster than they think. So we'll be all right.
So since you've been on the show the first time, we've kind of established a new tradition on the Buckets pod that kind of helps settle a debate between the three of us about who has the best chicken sandwich. So in your opinion, if you could only eat one chicken sandwich for the rest of your life, would you go to Chick-fil-A or Popeyes?
Oh, see, now you got to go with Bojangles.
You know what? We've been talking a lot about Bojangles.
Oh, we have been talking about Bojangles because me and Bish will be in North Carolina. So
when we're in the Charlotte airport with the, whatever, that's the must do. It's a must.
well,
It's just the North Carolina background I have. That gets you Bojangles, the spicy chicken fillet.
we got to get them to come to Miami.
Yeah.
They're
But if you had
down
to
these
choose, one or the other.
Wow, you're really gonna do
Chicken
this.
sandwich. Okay, Chick-fil-A's nuggets. I got to go with that. I got to go with them.
I think we have to create a Bojangles column
Yeah,
on your vote.
I think
now.
we have to
Well,
add a
Durant
third
Scott
column.
said Raising Canes, so we might have to add a fourth column.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and their spicy fries. Their seasoned fries are great.
The biscuits, Bojangles biscuits are the best out there.
Yeah, the CEO's is a Miami grad, so there you go.
Gotta bring them back.
All right, we do actually want to talk about some basketball here. so I guess I'll kick things off here. So obviously last season was awesome, making the Elite Eight. How do you kind of build off of that success? Melissa and I are already penciling in trips to Cleveland for the Final Four. So how do you make that happen for us?
Yeah, I think the it's not a build off, and more so it's just a recognition of the last couple Marches. We've been playing pretty well in March, and that's something that's every coach's goal. And then it comes down to your matchups. And we've last 2 years lost to the national champ each time, and that's who beat us. So we've done our job until we go up against a team. And frankly, like 2 years ago, South Carolina, they just were a better defensive team than our offense. And I feel like our defense was great and held. And I feel the same thing about the LSU game. Sometimes their defense is just better than your offense. And I thought we had better looks against LSU than we did in the South Carolina game. But we literally were just worn out because of the Herculean effort we had to give on the defensive end. So you just kind of try to get your team primed and ready. When the brackets came out, I literally loved the bracket, and I thought, wow, this could really break our way. So that was a big lesson for me, because I think we've had better teams. We've had teams that really could score more than last year's team. And but I don't know if we had a grittier team, and I don't think we ever had a team that believed like, okay, what the coaches say, we absolutely have to do this, and then we'll have a chance. And everybody was so dialed in and connected. So, we got to recreate that level of focus.
How's that going as far as we brought in a lot of new players. How is that, like, that chemistry and team bonding have it going? Obviously you guys played in Europe, which helps, but do you see that same kind of energy with this year's team?
There's the intent, but it's just a matter of, I think you just got to get exposed before you really have your team's attention. It's been my all along. That's why you try to do a tough early schedule, because you just won't have their attention until they really are looking up at a task and like, oh my God, it's going to take everything we've got to win this basketball game. And right now you don't ever, like, now they're learning and teaching and building and getting chemistry, but they're not worried about some opponent yet. And that's why playing in the ACC is so good for us, because the coaches are so great. And we get through the ACC and anyone tries to throw anything at us, I promise we've already seen it. And that's what really helps us, because our team gets into the scouting report. They get really into our strategy and our game plan, and they really lock in.
Hey, Coach, I want to ask.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, hey, Coach. So I wasn't here on the first episode, so it's nice to meet you
I like
this
your
time around.
boxes in the background.
Oh yeah, thank you. I got
quite a few. All right.
Good amount. I was actually getting married. I think I was on my honeymoon the first time you were on.
You are excused.
Thank you.
I don't know. You got to have priorities in life, and I feel like he didn't make the right call there.
Yeah, but no, we were talking about new faces, so I want to ask you about a player from my neck of the woods, went to Pepperdine, Ali Steadman.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about what you're expecting from her. She seems like a balanced scorer, but what are your expectations for her this season?
I think Allie's going to have a really big impact on our big wins. We can't win a big game without Allie producing, and by that I mean she's just. We're still learning each other, because she can hit some shots that I think, whoa, I'm not sure about that shot, but she's really comfortable with them. She's really comfortable in guarded shots. She almost hits them better off balance a little bit than she does just wide open, and which we need. And we need someone who can shoot over people, and that's really, Jazz's whole tournament run, Destiny's performances, when they get in the double digits, when they get in the 20s, it's because they were able to shoot over the way defenses were guarding. And Allie does that. That's what she wants. So I think she's really going to help us a lot. It's certainly in big games where they're keying in some of our size or they're stopping our penetration.
You had mentioned before about getting exposed and playing teams to help you kind of develop. Obviously, you never overlook any opponents, but anybody in the non-conference schedule that you saw that schedule release and be like, oh, okay, this is going to be a challenge?
Well, what we did, we played like a Jackson State. You might not think is a big deal, or Norfolk State, whatever, but they always get the transfers. So the starting point guard from NC State's going to be at Norfolk. So, like, there's just games that are like they're going to win 23 games, and we wanted to play them. Maybe a really athletic team, that kind of deal. But I mean, you got to go straight to the Mississippi State game, the DePaul game, and the Baylor game, and you start talking about top 25 traditional NCAA teams. Those three games alone, would make or break a season if we didn't have the ACC following them, because those are those are huge games and very, very well coached and really tough environments and stuff. So like at Mississippi State is, I don't know who wins there, but very few people do. And going to Baylor and playing them, it's not at Baylor, but it's in San Antonio on a neutral site, but it won't be neutral. We know, and it's great. And those are going to feel like NCAA games. And we have the DePaul game at home, and we're going to continue that DePaul series because the offense they run is so difficult. And usually when you get to the NCAA, you'll catch one team that kind of runs that really high octane scoring in the 90s. They're going to be maybe they're your first game if you're a high seed, or they're your second game, and you just have to be exposed to it. So I like playing. I learn a lot every time we play DePaul.
So you kind of touched on this a little bit in one of your earlier answers about how the last couple of years the team has been playing really well in March. How do you get that to translate earlier in this season? Because you've certainly done it the hard way. You have to go and beat teams on their own court. Like I know the matchups were good, but still, you probably prefer to be hosting versus playing at Indiana. So, how do you kind of get that? Because as you mentioned, it's a really challenging non-conference schedule. How do you kind of get the team in the right frame of mind to hit the ground running? You mentioned DePaul last year. That game didn't go great.
Because we don't run set plays a ton. We have some like definitely dial up for a scorer, but there's such a necessary chemistry in our offense. It's so important that it's like a read, react, if then type deal. And so it's a who, and it takes so long for players. I mean, they hear it, they nod their head, they watch film, they understand it, but in the moment for them to recognize it on their own, it takes a little bit. So and I just have to be patient with it, because then when we do connect and we do get it, you can't really scout us, because it's not like we just have this one play and you just take away reversal and they're good. But it's a lot of patience, and I could amp it up early, but if I did that, then we'd probably be memorizing instead of learning. And I really believe that with the interchangeable offense and this year, my God, our versatility, we have four, like right now, you got Jazz Roberts, Lamaya Hilton, Jada Patrick, that are playing every position on the court, including the 5. I mean, they're just everywhere, and I really like that. And you're going to really love our length and our athleticism. So it's going to be very interchangeable. So we will not be as good early as we're going to be late, and I'm just got to live with it, because I don't think you guys remember our record last November. I don't, but I know we were pretty good in March.
Yeah.
I remember the record in March. I remember the record in March.
Like 4 good Marches lately, so we're doing better. We're doing better.
It's interesting that you mentioned that some of the guards that have come in are kind of playing all positions, because especially me and Vish have discussed this before. There's so much potential in the guard position. It's like, who's going to start, because you have so many players that have come in that could easily be starting at any other D1 school. Yeah. So kind of having that flexibility, using that to your advantage. But then also you have some really good bigs too. So I mean, it seems like you can kind of match up with anybody.
Right. I think there's going to be a little bit less, traditional, like the same starting lineup the whole season. I just don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. Right now, Kyla just has an ankle, and Allie's got a pinky, and they're nothing serious. We got Tosh Lattimore that's trying to come back. She'll be back around the beginning of the season. And that'll put us at 10, and then we just got to stay healthy from there. But I mean, we've had 7 in practices, and then we just have all these different lineups, and I've changed the offense a little bit to open it up. So when we have when we have Kyla, I think we're going to be pretty recognizable, but we have to be prepared for playing a little bit of small ball. When I say small, I just mean we don't have a 6'5" or a 6'6" in, but we can go, 6 foot across the board almost, put Leah at the point guard, and we're actually really long, but we don't have that one big. And that lineup has been great. Today I put Shay and Cheyenne in together in the first scrimmage against the practice squad, and they were electric. I mean, you think they're going for the same spot. Hey, they play well together. They'll play together. I haven't figured it out yet. I was with Coach L in New York when we went up for that alumni event, and he's at New York. It was a week ago, and he's talking about his starters, and I was looking at him like, what? Do you already know? Like, huh? I have no idea. Like, no idea what the best lineup's going to be, and that'll be on chemistry too.
Well, that's a good problem to have, though, if you have that many
It
people
is.
that can compete for it.
It is. We really don't have a bench player. We really don't. We don't have like, okay, well, they'll play like, what is that, a 30-30? Up 30, down 30. We don't have one of those.
That's a good. I haven't heard it phrased that way. The 30-30. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
stealing.
heard that
I
one
steal a lot of
before.
your quotes and then tell them to people at work. By the way, just so you're aware. Some of these that you're using are going to get repeated on my calls. But anyway, you mentioned Cheyenne. How excited are you to be able to coach her instead of having to coach against her? Because obviously she's at Duke and
Yeah.
electric there and very difficult to guard. So now you have her on your side.
Yeah, it's funny because we had our meeting today, like our kind of beginning of the year. This is my goals for you, whatever, and we have to do part 2. We got so deep into just learning each other and knowing our backgrounds and our histories and our families and the essence of who I am. We have this whole thing called My Journey in my first meeting with a player, and we stayed on that for 35 minutes. And I'm like, Shai, we still got to talk about your game. We didn't even get there. It's just so important with a guard that has transferred that they. I'm not misreading them. I think one of the biggest mistakes as a coach, you go, well, she's just that way, and you make some conclusion, and that's where you make mistakes as a coach. I know I have to make decisions based on performance and attitude and effort and all that other stuff, but there's also been a lot in her history, before we ever met. So who am I to think I know exactly how she's going to respond on the basketball court or what motivates her, or why I say do this and she doesn't do it? Do I have a problem with that? Like, well, what's going on? And so that was a really great meeting because she's very bright. She's very cerebral. She keeps a lot in her head. And I just can't wait for her to unleash. But it requires trust. And that's what I'm saying. That's what we do at Miami, but it takes a very long time to develop that. But she's a baller. Oh, no question.
Oh, we're very excited about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I mean, obviously, like, there was a couple of weeks there where it seems like we were getting, like you said, starting caliber players transferring in on a daily basis, it felt like. But yeah, she's definitely one, obviously, familiarity from the ACC that when that name came out, we're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it's just our style. Like, it's more so for her, like, and when we were recruiting her, I was like, I know because I studied your game and I know my system. There's no way you can absolutely know how amazing this transition is going to be for you. There's no way you can know. But I promise you I know. And she believed me, and I think somebody like Jada Patrick, too, came and dropped 26 on us when she was at Columbia. She's really, you come to practice and nobody's out working her. She's everywhere. She's absolutely everywhere. She's even better than I expected her to be. So that was a good pickup for us as well. And then Lamaya Hilton's been an amazing story of player development. Credit to my staff, getting in the gym, working. We do so much individual skill work, and my assistant coaches do it. Like, they really get into it. We analyze a player's game, and we have different themes of our workouts. But we are really in the gym, working on player development. And Lamaya came for that reason. She said, I heard you guys really player development, do individualized plans for everyone, and including like a meeting this thick where I have their nutrition, their strength and conditioning, their wellness. We got everything analyzed, and then we project and goals and all this stuff. And that's why she came, and she has just taken off. So we're happy with them. And of course, I love my returners. Obviously I'm in love with those guys. So we're looking pretty good.
So a couple of questions in the chat. I'll kind of paraphrase here. So what has the impact on recruiting been after making the Elite Eight last year? Are you seeing people kind of more receptive when you're making those phone calls?
You can get on the internet and realize we got a couple of real special commitments. Can't talk about them yet, but I will in a month. But yeah, that was fun. We've always been really appreciated by the recruits. They've always loved Miami. They always said, you're a favorite staff. And and then there's some but that comes, and now it was like, we were like, well, if you like us, we're kind of hot right now, so you might not give an answer. And that was fun. Fun to pull that card. I liked it.
And Anthony also asked about, as far as a starting backcourt, would you rather have upperclassmen like juniors and seniors starting for you, or do you like to see that mixture where you can have freshmen and sophomores mixed in with juniors and seniors?
Well, the only freshman we have, Aurora, she's out for the year. She had a knee injury. We knew that, but So we don't really have another freshman. So I really don't have much choice. I have a lot of juniors and juniors, one senior, Jada. So I have an experienced team. They're not experienced with me, but they are experienced. And I think when we get Tosh back, we'll have the length that really will make us special too. So my starting backcourt, it's you got to love Julia and Jazz. I mean, you're always going to. They have just been steady Eddie throughout. I think Lachey Dwyer, what you saw towards the end of last year is what I'm seeing every day in practice right now. She's been an incredible competitor. Kyla's been out for the last couple of practices, and Lazaria Spearman's just said, okay, I'll just dominate. And Lazaria Spearman is a pro. I mean, she looks absolutely astounding. So, and Kyla was playing great, and she's going to be fine. It's just one of those things where you roll an ankle. So, it's going to be competitive, and it's going to change. And I think stylistically or whatever, but, we have 10 players, and if everybody's even, everybody's got 20 minutes. So, and I could see that very easily happening. Like, really, I don't think there's a 40-minute player, but I don't think there's a 6-minute player on my team. I think they all deserve 20 minutes. So it's just going to shake out.
Coach, you
That
talk
keeps
about
everybody
that.
fresh.
Yeah. You talk about that depth. I want to ask you, you've talked about empowering your players through playing with space.
Yeah.
How do you accomplish that with this roster this season?
Yeah. You know what? My head's like popping off at night because there's kind of a new wrinkle to our offense where we'll pull somebody away from the basket. We don't have just like, I thought we had Lola and Kyla last year. We had two kind of low post people. I think Lazaria Z, to get her really, really special, she's going to be on the 3-point line a little bit more. You'll be surprised. She's really rangy. And then if we go small, we're going to need that. So we're adding a whole new concept. And that's causing me to, I can think very quickly and figure out what shot we're going to get for who because of a system I've been running. Well, this is new. And I just got to script the looks a little bit. So I go home at night and I watch practice and I write out, okay, let's say Shay just hit a 3 in this new system. Where do I need to put her? What's her? And then I also need to talk to Shay about which direction she wants the 3 and all that. And that's really the essence of what I do as a coach. But I just have a little bit more homework this year because I got a bunch of new players that can really score and I got a new system a little bit. So as soon as we get off this, I'll be scripting some more plays out. We're going to scrimmage tomorrow morning at 6:30 before fall break.
Oh my God, so early.
I know. The players are happy though. They're like, okay, because I'm giving them the weekend because thank God, because really we're all just staring at each other right now going, when's the first game? When's the first game? We're really anxious.
Do you want? Does anyone else want to ask? I've got
Go ahead,
questions
Vish.
for days.
I see your list. Go.
I mean, yeah, I wrote out a list of like a million questions. We never get through all of them, but so you mentioned kind of the challenge of going to Mississippi State and Baylor. How much does that prepare you for the ACC? I know technically Baylor's neutral site, but
right.
San Antonio. But how much does that prepare you for getting into ACC play when every team is good? It's by far the best basketball conference, and that challenge of it. Do you retain some of that because it's several months before you kind of, or maybe like a month or so before you really get into the meat of the ACC?
Yeah. The thing about, first of all, the non-conference, those games, I don't want them. I literally don't want one after another, after another, after another. I do want to play some lineups, experiment a little bit, have some games where we have some space to do that. I really do. I think it's fair. It's good for chemistry. We need to work through some stuff. That's good. And then we have, some really specific games that I think are going to be really high level. In the ACC, that's what's so different. It's just like get games over, maybe eat something, get right back into what your team did poorly or did well, make your projects, whatever, and then turn around and just to try to stay so consistent with the same routine, don't get too high, don't get too low. Keep it the same. Keep your Fridays the same. Keep your Saturdays the same. Get your players in a rhythm. And that's the secret. There's always in the ACC, we have always picked up like 3 or 4 wins that we weren't supposed to. And we usually, you don't usually go like, wait, what? How'd they lose to that team? I mean, we try to take care of business. And that's a big part of like the the endurance, be having the endurance and the capability and the capacity to just understand what the league season is. So these pop-up, real tough games in the non-conference actually get almost maybe a little bit more of your attention, and you just get a lot more information. You have a little bit more time to digest it, turn it around, and make some solutions. So I really like them.
Is it harder to keep that routine, like especially when you're on the road? If I remember correctly, the first part of the ACC schedule is like very packed with road games.
We've got
like front loaded with road games.
Yeah. That was a season. That was, I think, 2 years ago. Even I remember I grabbed Kelsey Marshall, who was the captain, and I was like, "Kelsey, come in my office," because we were like 2-6, and everybody was like, "The sky is falling," and I was like, "Can you just look at the end of the schedule? You just come in here." And so we started segmenting the schedule, and then I would only just tell the team, "Okay, so now we literally do like 4 games at a time," and we just, because you start looking up and it's just crazy. It's like, okay, how you feel about these 4 games? All right, here's the first one, and we come in afterwards. We just kind of segment it so they know they're in a conference, but it's not, oh my God, And that year that I had that conversation with Kelsey's when we ran out and won 7 of the last 8, and then got into the finals of the ACC tournament. So it is who you play, where you play them, and when, but you just got to stay sane about it and not get too crazy.
Yeah, and it's interesting you mentioned that year, because that year was one where in that non-conference you played a really actually that's where I met you the first time at that game at Maryland, but they were a top 10 team. Indiana was a top 10 team. Both those games are really tight, and you lost them at the end. You could tell like it's a really good team in here, and it's just not translating to wins. How do you keep the team motivated there? Because eventually it clicked, like you said, ran through the end of the ACC schedule and the tournament all the way to the finals. So how did you keep the team locked in when maybe you know they're doing the good work, it's almost there, and it's just coming up short?
Yeah, that's the essence of a coach, is like, what's your message? There's times, and I know Coach K used to say this all the time. He said, "I'm really emotional." He used to say it about himself, but it's not about his emotion. So there were times he just would flip a switch and go ham on his team, but most of the time he was reading his team and what do they need, and if they needed calm confidence, even if he was irate, he would find his calm confidence and present that. So I think that's a really big deal. Is like, if they know they were lazy and just didn't deserve to win, you better let them know you saw it too. I mean, the worst thing you can do as a coach is give them fake confidence when they don't deserve it. So you got to be really on the pulse of your team and really feel like whatever. Like when we played Maryland, that game, it was like, man, they just killed us on the glass. We did everything right, and then they just, the same girl, Angel Reese, God love her, just destroyed us. And there's a lot of strategy and all that, and they had like 4 monster offensive rebounders, and we outplayed them. But in those moments, they got buckets and we didn't, and then we lost. So there's things that the realistic assessment too, which is, hey, we might have lost that game in recruiting too. Like we didn't have the size to match up with them. And we got to have that assessment too. And we'll find a way to beat them the next time. But in that particular game, the talent just took over in an area where we were weak and they were better than us. And you got to be honest about that too with your team and say, okay, so now this is what we have to change, because we're not 6'5" and can dunk, all of us. We have to change. And then they start looking for a solution. But until you just get smacked with the truth, you're not going to be a good coach.
While we're on the topic of coaching, so I coach my my little sister-in-law who's in high school. She's going to be a junior, and she's kind of like getting to that next level where she wants to, train all the time and get better and improve. So I want to ask you, for any advice for someone that's trying to make it to the next level to play basketball. What advice you have?
Well, don't get into the one-on-one personal trainer videos. Just leave them away, throw them out, burn them. Less dribbles is better than more dribbles every time. Like it's out of control. It's out of control. And what I really can say, because we often have pros in our gym, our practice facility, we have WNBA players, NBA players. They're in there a lot. And the ones that are trying to make the league, I'm gonna tell you, I see it all the time. The ones, maybe a guy that just got out of college and now he's in with his agent or his trainer and he's working on his game to make the pros, and he's dribbling the hell out of the ball and they're doing every fancy move you've ever seen. And then you get like LeBron come in or Chris Paul or something, and they're literally like holding off a trainer and pound shot. They're doing the simplest repetitive drills you've ever seen, and they're the best players in the world. And the people that are trying to be them are working on shots that they're not going to get, and that's what they're working on to look good. So when I see that time and time again, I can just tell the young people, I tell you what I see. I tell you what I see. And a lot of times it's somebody's in there just rebounding for them, and they're getting 500 shots up. Nothing fancy, nothing. Everyone in the world could do it, but they're the only ones doing it, and that's why they are who they are.
Do you guys ever scrimmage with the men's team?
No. But the male practice squad, we got a couple of our male practice squad guys that either tried to walk on or were walk-ons before, and they're pretty good. So that helps us a lot. These guys, they're incredible. I mean, and I yell at them and I make them run too. Like when they lose, I'm like, run. And they're like, you serious? I go, yeah, I'm serious. You on the team or not? Like, you're on my roster. So run, you lost, go. And but we, they're good guys, and they do it really for nothing. And I mean, I really get after them sometimes when I get frustrated because maybe they don't listen to, and I'm like, guys, come on. I already have a team that doesn't listen to me. You better pay attention. You need to be like, you're North Carolina today. You better run this set right. And they're awesome. They're really invested. So it's a really cool thing in women's basketball.
So reading between the lines here, when you have a scrimmage, whoever loses has to run.
Almost every drill we do is there's some competitive drill. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Like today we were scrimmaging, and we do this one drill. It's really fun. We stole it from Arkansas, and you get the amount of points that's left on the shot clock, no matter what the bucket is. So if your team's not running fast or we're taking horrible shots, it's two ways. But in any case, both teams, so you could shoot a shot and get 25 points.
Oh, wow.
And
We used to do that.
Yeah, Arkansas quick strike's what we call it. But everyone thinks it's an offensive drill, and it's really for defensive transition. You don't want to give up a layup because that's 28, And we were doing it, and then my players thought they were really, really smart. They thought they were up like 75 points. I mean, they were up, and there was like 3 minutes to go, and they thought they would slow it down, right? And inevitably at this time of year, when you slow it down, that's actually when you're going to turn it over. Isn't the practice squad just stole it, layup, and I'm like, oh, you guys are really smart right now, and we were about to lose. Because they were, they were saving their legs. I said, well, hey, you can run now, or you can run. You're going to run as much as you lose by. So you're going to run as many sprints as you lose by. And you can lose by 50 in that drill. And we found a way to run faster and win, And so, yeah, it's a pretty good tool.
Nice.
Wow. That's a lot of sprints.
We don't like to
That's
lose.
giving me PTSD from practice when I used to play in high school. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So random off-topic question: who's a better dancer, you or Coach L?
I think that's stylistically. I don't swim in his lane. I don't think he swims in mine. I think we're two different ends of the pool when it comes to how we dance.
You give him any tips?
I have never given Coach L a tip. Nope. He's got his game. I'm gonna leave him alone. He's great. He's awesome.
So I know you have to go in a minute. So Matt, do you want to ask the question you wanted to ask?
The last. Oh yeah. All right, Coach. So there's a
no,
running thing.
It's fine. It's fine.
So us three, I live in California, so obviously this is harder to do in person. But we're trying to eventually get a game of horse going. So my question to you is, who do you think would win in a game of horse out of us three?
Well,
like she knows our game.
First of all, you're probably all so good. You might as well just do pig because no one's ever going to miss, right? So
that's a good political answer. You can tell you're well trained in the media relations.
Let's see. I don't know. Trick shots usually win horse. I can't answer.
If you saw our group text about talking about playing, you'd have an easy answer because two of us have already deferred to the third.
Yeah, someone's gonna win easily. By the way, it's not actually.
Well, I'll just say I probably haven't picked up a basketball in like 3 or 4 years, so I've already taken myself out. We've already put our money on Matt because he actually plays all the time.
I played last night with my old high school teammates, so.
Yeah,
Matt plays
actually
regularly.
Plays all the time.
Yeah,
so
you got a better chance if it's horse. There's a more volume of shots, but someone could steal a game of pig maybe on a lucky bounce here or there.
That's true.
When I used to play all the time, I would beat you, Matt.
I don't
That-
know,
that-
man. When
that-
I was on the gun, I was hitting some high percentages. I don't know about that, man.
You guys should come by. We'll put you through a workout on our shooting machine.
I'm the only one that lives in Miami. Vish is in DC. Matt's in California.
I will come out for
Hold
it.
on, but I'm in Miami like half the time anyway, so
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
we can get by this.
let us know.
We witnessed the Georgia Tech
We'll
game.
do a podcast live from the practice facility.
Oh.
We'll take you
I
up on that.
I would totally be down for that.
Oh yeah, no, we'll
Drills.
take
I
it.
would love to do it. We try to have a fantasy camp, where we have our fans come and go through all the drills, but this year we had a hard time scheduling it. But we'll have you guys out. It'll be great.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Gonna
throw in
embarrass
some
ourselves.
practice gear.
Oh, you in those shorts? Okay, all right. All
I
right.
will
Coach
say
Coach Meier knows about the shorts.
yes,
If I had a pair, I'd give them to you. I do not have a pair of them.
Wait,
That's
Coach.
blasphemy.
Coach, you know those the Miami shorts? It has like all the different logos of Miami. I think they're
Oh.
exclusively like women's.
Are they like
Shorts.
white and then they have?
Yeah, they're
yeah.
yeah. I bought them in women's size just because I love them so much. They're double XL.
I think I have a pair of them. I don't ever wear them because I'm a little old for that. So I might be able to get you hooked up, Melissa, on that one. We'll see.
there you go. There you go. Well,
I think we talk about the practice shorts every single pod. It's just an inside joke that the rest of us have now.
Well, I've had even like referees and stuff be like, "Hey, we saw your," like the kids are warming up and their stuff, and they're talking about gear. I said, "What are you doing?" But we do have some nice. Adidas has some really creative stuff that you don't see elsewhere. They make us look good.
There's
Coach,
a lot
we
of
tell
stuff
the-
that we
do
see
you-
the players in, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, I want that, and then they never release it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
I say that too. I don't get it. You think I get everything? I do not. I do not. Got to talk to
Ooh.
Coach Lynette Hall about that.
well, Coach, again, thank you for naming our podcast, coming on again. Actually,
Did you like the logo? Did you see the picture?
Oh yeah, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It's great,
awesome.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great logo.
All right.
I saw the actual buckets boat. That's what
Yes.
I saw. I saw a picture of the
Yes.
actual
You're
bucket.
also frequented in our intro. I don't know
Yeah,
if you've
if-
watched
yeah.
our intro to our pod. You are a frequent person in our intro.
Is this even our podcast? I think this is Coach Meier's
It's
podcast.
Coach
I don't think it's ours.
Thank God. Love it.
You are the first person that speaks on the intro, so
Oh
You
my.
are.
A lot of pressure. Well, then let's kick this thing rolling here.
yeah.
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 All right,
You
guys.
named
And
it.
actually-
You're the first person on it. The first person to come on it twice. I mean, you're a legend. A buckets legend.
You guys ever need anything? I appreciate all the support. Really
Yeah,
do.
and actually, Coach, I'll be in Charlotte at the ACC media thing in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
I'll
will
see you
you?
there. Yeah, I'll see you
Perfect.
there.
Yeah, it'll be
You can
fun.
go get Bojangles.
Yeah, I will.
And we can get Bojangles tomorrow, actually, because
Oh, we'll be at Chapel Hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Coach Meyer.
All right. Thanks,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Ah,
I mean,
buckets legend.
she's just the best. Like,
I love how she
What the
was
hell,
trying to
man?
be politically correct and not answer the horse question.
so. Well, the answer was a tough one because obviously we know who's gonna win. The answer is obvious, is the one she knows the least. So it's kind of like,
Well, yeah, so she wasn't gonna.
yeah.
I think we all need to get to Miami and take her up on running
Oh,
the,
for sure.
doing a
Oh,
pod
yeah,
and
for
running
sure.
the drills.
Oh, for sure.
We'll make
I
that-
will
As long
happily-
as nobody videos me like puking in a trash can somewhere.
Oh man, I need to train just for this then.
I know. I got it. I mean, I'm the idiot who runs a 10K out of shape, and like I'm too out of shape and started running this week after the race.
Honestly,
but-
I'm probably the least in shape out of the three of us because Matt still plays ball. Vish like actually runs.
yeah,
I
but
rock
that
climb.
I think your rock climbing.
There's
might
like
be-
no stamina.
no, but it might be a better, like, running is almost the opposite of what she's gonna make us do. Because it's all short bursts. Like, I'll probably be dead in 2 seconds. Running is like pacing yourself.
She
and
said
it's gonna-
shooting workout, right?
She just said drills.
She said
the
drills.
She said drills. Okay.
she said
Yeah.
drills.
Yo,
I don't know.
Oh, no.
So
She's gonna.
we've had
she's-
some people in the chat. So what's up? Cuba Shay also in the chat.
Yeah,
Um,
long time friend of the show.
Yeah.
Long time
And I
friend
think
of
I'm
the show.
pronouncing it right. Cuba Shay.
I thought it was.
I
with the
believe it's
cha.
right.
I thought it was Kubiche.
Is it? I thought it was Cuba or QB. QB Shay?
It's
I don't know.
Kubiche.
Wait for the delay. He
I
can.
know that the chat's so far behind the
Phonetically
actual
spell it
show.
out.
That,
He
and
used to
obviously,
watch
Yeah,
our.
yeah.
He used to watch our other show too. The Kane's Calling. I
Oh.
remember him.
your
Shout
defunct
out.
show.
Same with Anthony too.
Man, How do we top that? That was
Honestly, like I'm not gonna lie, I was
she's
so
much
nervous.
fun to have.
I was so nervous.
That was like me the
and
first time.
It was nothing. It was nothing like in regards to like how like on her. It was just the fact that I was just like so nervous.
well. That's just what I was
So,
telling. I was telling Melissa before
Wait,
you.
background information.
My
Matt
shirt,
follows
like,
men's basketball like crazy, but he's just getting on the women's basketball hype. So he's nervous in the fact that like he's probably the most prepared person to talk like legit like basketball, the insides and outs of it, but he doesn't know this team as well yet. So that's probably why he was nervous.
Yeah.
Well, and I did a lot of research, but like I mean, you go from not ever, watching a team or just watching a couple games, but then also
Yeah.
too, just like hearing her speak too, like all the interviews I listened to and whatnot, it was intimidating because
That was me on the first time. So when we had her on the first time, it was the first time I'd ever interviewed anybody. And then it was Coach Meier, who's like a freaking legend. So like I was sweating so bad through that interview. I was so nervous. Now for me, it was easier because like we've talked to her, like
You've done
she's
other
even
interviews,
joked.
so-
She's joked on my tweet about the practice shorts. So like,
I
but I was
told
nervous for you. I could
actually,
tell.
she didn't answer the question inadvertently. She was liking your tweet about the practice shorts.
Yeah.
She was like,
No, but
she-
I think I
guess-
think she doesn't even get the gear. That's crazy, man. She's the head coach. She should get any gear she wants.
I'm sure if she really wanted it, she could acquire a pair. But I
Also,
I
what's up, Bill?
Oh, yeah, friend of the show.
Bill,
man.
another
all of our,
another
all of our
friend of the
friends
show.
are here.
With my favorite thumbnail.
The Norchad. Yeah, no, she goes deep on like she'll break down the X's and O's for you. She's very transparent. It's good. That's why she's such a good interview. She's not holding
Dang.
anything back.
I'm gonna ask, would you guys be opposed, man, if that actually happens? Bring my little sister-in-law.
To what, me coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see,
Why not?
why wouldn't you?
We'll have her go in the training too. Like, who can say they got trained by a D? You know
Well,
what I mean?
we could actually
D1.
do the game of we could actually do the game of horse like inside the practice
Oh,
facility.
I'm sure. It sounds like Coach really wants to embarrass us. So I think she's gonna put us through the run. She's gonna do the.
I gotta break
punch.
out my my Copperfield
I gotta
pros.
find a court, man. I can't. I haven't seen a rim around here.
No, I'm just gonna show up like completely rusty and see what I can pull off.
I just
gotta-
envision Melissa showing up with a headband and shooting sleeves.
No, I will have my copper fits on though, because my knees are terrible.
Ah, it's the life of a
I do need to
baller.
get new shoes though. My current pair of basketball shoes, because I haven't played in a few years, are the Dwayne Wade Converse high tops.
I
Like, the
have
He
black
hasn't
my
been
ones
with
the orange.
Converse in forever.
That's how old my shoes are.
He's been
You
lean
wanna
in.
go
Like
get them?
I don't know.
Do you want to see them?
You're gonna have to blow the dust off.
They're sitting in my closet in like a pile of shoes.
Go get them.
I literally have to go buy shoes. You want me to get them?
Yeah, get them. 100%.
Let me.
Get
Hey,
'em.
can we be a little professional and come out of the stream for?
No.
Anyway, so your introduction to women's basketball. I take it
Yeah,
you don't
no, it's-
remember the Maryland game from 2 years ago, but
Can I remember something I didn't watch? So no.
yeah, no, that one was brutal because they were like a top 5 team, and we were beating them. They just kept getting boards, like you said. And then the officials distinctly, because I sat right. So women's games, you get tickets easily. So I bought a ticket like right behind the bench, so I can hear. By the way, if you ever get a chance to sit behind the bench, let's sit back in. When Coach Meier is maybe I did that too soon. When Coach Meier is coaching, the way she
Trying to undo the knot.
like handles like working with her assistant coach is so impressive. She's like, and she's got people assigned to do everything. Like she would know to kneel the ball because she's got an assistant coach in charge of telling you to kneel the ball. Like that stuff that happened with a football team would never happen. Like she's very good at like delegating. And I remember at one point it was like there was like 3 minutes left in the first half, and that was like her trigger.
here
There
you
we
go.
go.
Nice, there you go. I have no basketball shoes, so that'll be easier for me. But
What
she
size are
like
your
she
fish?
like
These
12.
babies have been through a
Ah,
lot.
never mind.
They're also a little bit dusty.
but she like turned around, me like it like hit 3 minutes left in the half. She turned around and assistant coach like, "Who's in foul trouble? Let's get him out of the game." It's just, and that the coach like ran through because she knows that's the guy who's tracking all the fouls to make sure we don't get anyone in foul trouble, and just it's on top of everything.
Did you just refer to kneeling the ball?
Yes. Because I was talking about the dichotomy and how well organized Coach Meier is. Now she has assistant coaches assigned to handle all of those minor details that become major details when you screw them up. Because it's easy for us.
Is that your stress ball, Melissa? She looks
This is
like
me being annoyed.
Well,
Bitch has way too much
you're
power.
in timeout, Melissa. Bye.
oh come on! If I actually was mean, I wouldn't have let you immediately back in. But
No,
no,
Matt's got to help me pick out a new pair of basketball shoes, though. I don't know that I could dust
Oh,
off
I
the
got
D
you.
Wades.
I'm
I'll
good
just-
with the-
I'll play in running shoes. Doesn't matter. It's not going to
No,
affect my
I've
performance.
destroyed my
It
ankle
will.
once in high school. I'm not trying to do that again.
No, you got to understand. It's not going to affect it would affect a normal person's performance. It's not. It's going to be. There's no shoe invented that's going to have an effect.
Well,
None
hey, wait.
whatsoever.
Is that
Wait,
official?
She better be adding.
No.
Wait, that's cheating. What are you talking about?
No,
She picked Chick-fil-A nugs. It counts.
No,
It's
she didn't even
She
pick
said-
sandwich.
hold on.
She was
hold on.
dis-
She
No,
Hold
this
on.
is wrong.
This is
she
no
picked the
way.
Chick-fil-A
This
nugs.
goes against
She
everything.
said
this
if I had to
podcast
pick, I would
stands
pick
for.
Chick-fil-A
No.
nugs.
Get her out of here, Vish. Get
No,
her out of
this
here.
is this is an abomination.
She said
Um,
Chick-fil-A nugs.
We've
Yeah,
got it. What are
nugs.
you auditioning to ref in the ACC? What is this, man?
She
That's
picked-
100%.
She said Bojangles, and I said if you had to choose, which one would you pick? And she said Chick-fil-A nugs. So,
Yes.
Not, She said not sandwich.
Which
She would
the whole
say.
But it
thing is
doesn't
about the-
matter. We didn't ask the sandwich part to Julian and Duran. We just said Chick-fil-A
Well,
or
we should
Popeyes.
have,
You
'cause
added the
that's
sandwich
what we-
Was it
clause.
Julian that said
Talking
he
about.
eats breakfast or something? Like that's why we asked the sandwich part. It didn't even make sense.
She picked Chick-fil-A. You want me to put nugs in parentheses?
No, I want you to put
No.
Bojangles up there and add it to that list because that's what she. Picked.
I'm gonna have to start a whole new section for it because it's gonna interfere with the quotes of the day. So
Well, that is a fraudulent assignment.
you want me
when
to
you-
erase it?
You gave her multiple opportunities and tried to guide
She
her
said
towards
Chick-fil-A nugs.
At
she
the
said
end, after she
Chick-fil-A.
went through, after
Because you
she
basically forced her to.
But
I
also,
asked her to, if she had said Popeyes, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
no. If she,
But
if
she
she
said
she
Chick-fil-A
said
no,
nugs.
no,
Popeyes-
hold on a second. If she said Popeyes like wings or something, we'd be like, forget it. She didn't answer it. She went
Yeah.
Bojangles. It was clear she went Bojangles. She even knew
But
the
then
kind she
chose
wanted.
Chick-fil-A nugs.
She said Bojangles spicy chicken sandwich. That's what she answered. And now I have to
But
eat
then
one
she
of those
said-
tomorrow when we're in
then-
North Carolina.
Well, like we can get Bojangles. There's one by the airport,
Yeah, no.
so we'll go.
Yeah, no, there will. There's Bojangles everywhere there, so we will definitely do that. We can try this spicy chicken sandwich, is what she recommended. So
I like their biscuits are the best.
yeah, biscuits too.
Should we because Matt has to leave early? Should we get an NBA grid before he leaves?
Well, should we?
Are we even gonna fit? What time do we have to leave? Because we've been running a little long on
8:15.
that. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
we
kinda
have
tough.
time. 32
Okay.
minutes?
We got
I mean,
time
unless
to
you
do.
guys
We got
want
time
to
to
do.
do.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
No.
Let's see which one's
Wait.
good today.
This will be one of the last times we do it because once the season starts,
Yeah, no, we're
NBA
not
grid,
doing this.
we
All right,
won't need a time filler.
I've got Hoops Grid open.
I'm good with hoops
Which
grid.
one are we doing? Hoops grid.
Yeah, or actually, wait, is that
I'm
it?
pulling it up.
Is that it?
Oh, can we not do hoops grid? I'm not going to be useful for this one at all. Like I don't know any of these teams. Is there a different one we can do?
You don't know you don't.
Well, like I
Depends on
don't. Can we do like one that's like has an Eastern Conference more so teams?
Let me
than
see what
Atlanta?
crossover grid looks
And the
like.
Hawks are staring right at you.
Yeah, but the Hawks are terrible.
The
All right, Matt is going to be the one picking since if he can't answer it, we're never finishing.
I'm fine with either one. So if Melissa's more comfortable with the NBA crossover, we can look at
What's
old
the-
NBA crossover because if she wants to do like one that has the Heat or something, let me
we
see.
already have done that.
Or,
Yeah,
like,
the one that we did the first time you were gone and we did a crossover, it had a Heat thing. It was the only reason why I seemed somewhat knowledgeable about the NBA. Whichever one you want to do.
All right. Well, the here.
Which one do you have up?
Oh no, I've got them both. So let's do a pick here.
I just want to have it up so I can.
This is crossover. This is NBA. This is crossover grid, and this is hoops grid.
Melissa can pick. I'm fine with either one.
Which is the one where you can just like? I think this is easier to navigate through, right?
The other one is the one you can guess multiple times. The hoop grid one.
I thought this was because unlimited guesses.
No, it's the other one you can guess over people.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you want to just try names.
Which one? Which one do you want to do?
Just
Someone
pick one.
this.
It's fine.
Melissa's like they both suck.
They do
All
both
right.
suck.
Well, let's do this one. Then.
If you go to never mind.
Wait, what do you want to do?
If you go to where was it? I just had it. If you go to NBA crossover grid and you go to view calendar and you click on NBA 101. Oh, are you not able to?
Hold on, let me not surf around the internet on a live stream. Didn't. What are you like a premium member or something? What happened there?
No, because I'm on it.
I don't. That was crossover grid. There's something.
NBA crossover grid, right? Is the one you're looking at.
Mhm.
And like on the top section, it says show grid history, and then you can click on
Oh yeah, that's
like
that's one.
NBA
Yeah, which number?
101.
All right, fine. Better be able to answer some of these after all the drama you caused.
Who? Melissa?
Melissa.
I didn't say it had to be a Heat one. I said, can we pick one that has more Eastern Conference teams?
Well,
in it?
here you got the Celtics, the Heat, and the Wizards. You got three.
Well, this has
Eastern Conference.
3.
Yeah. And look, the Wizards. Vish, you should be good at this.
Why?
Wait, let me see if I.
The
Wizards.
I live in DC. I'm not a Wizards fan.
You're not? I thought you were.
You're being sarcastic now.
You said you go to games all the time.
I go to a game every year when the Mavericks are in town.
Oh, I got one. I got one for the Heat and never won an NBA Finals.
Which one did you go with?
Karan Butler.
Wait, there's got to be like at what percentage did you get on that?
0.17.
How is that high? You figure like something like Sasha Danilovic would be like way lower.
It's 0.17.
I know. That's why I can't believe
Matt-worthy.
that. I can't believe that.
That's
like,
Matt worthy.
Oh no, it's a good one. I cannot believe it's that low. Like he's so much more known than like some of the.
That's
random...
pretty good. Look at you. Did for Celtics?
Here we go.
Wizards,
Now it's just
Jordan
Matt
Crawford?
asking, did somebody do
Crawford?
this? Did somebody do this?
Sorry, for which one?
Jordan Crawford for Celtics and Wizards. Yeah.
0.8.
What about
Good.
did Kemba play for the Wizards?
He did, right?
Nope. I thought he played for the Wizards. I was wrong.
He played for the Celtics, Hornets, Mavericks. I don't know who else. I can't remember. What about?
Oh, you could put him for Celtics and never won an NBA Finals. It's 1.3.
Did Chris Humphries play for the Wizards? I think he played for the Celtics.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Put him in. Test it out.
Can I change this? Can I change this or am I?
Yeah, you should. Oh,
But for which one? I'll do
Oh, yeah.
which one?
right.
Chris Humphries.
Chris Humphries. What?
Same. It's
Should've just
3.5.
stayed. That's BS.
Can I not go back now? What was the previous one?
You have
I
to
don't
start
think
over.
you can.
It
It
was
was Jordan
Kemba?
Crawford.
Oh,
It's not gonna let you guess the same one.
Yeah, you have to like reset it. That's the only thing that's kind of bullshit.
that's fine.
That's why you have to let me do it.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
Or we could just, say 2% enough, and then
Hey, for Celtics and never won an NBA Finals, Kemba Walker. It's
What was-
1.3. Or do you want to get under
are
1%?
we okay with 1.3 before?
Yeah,
We're
we're good with 1.3. Good job, Melissa. Melissa's putting in work today.
I know my Eastern Conference teams.
Now that I'm so self-aware of me asking these all the time now, Melissa.
Way to go. Way to go. You broke him.
I totally forgot who I was going to say.
This is fantastic.
What about I'm trying to think of random. What about Leon Poe? Did he play for the Wizards or I don't think so.
We can try.
He was in the league for 4 years or something.
Leon.
I'm trying to think of the Celtics pre KG Paul Pierce. Oh, what about I don't know if maybe he played for the Wizards too. Chucky Atkins played for the Celtics. I just don't know if he played for either one of those teams.
Oh, that failed it.
Let's go,
Yeah.
baby.
Hey, I've gotten 2 of them though. That's the most I think I've ever contributed while Matt's been on the show.
Kings
What about
and-
Nazir Muhammad? Have we put him in for anything yet?
Did Nazir play for the Celtics and Kings?
I don't know. To be honest.
All right. What about Kings and Heat? Melissa, you should have this.
What
Kings and
about
Heat. I'm trying to think who played for the Kings.
I mean, don't put Mike Bibby or something. It's gonna be too big of a number. But...
Mike Bibby's actually one of my favorite players of all time.
Yes, I know we've discussed this.
Have you seen how buff that dude is now? It's ridiculous. Wait. So Celtics and Kings. Did Brandon Bass play for both of them?
Definitely play
For
for the
which one?
Celtics. I don't know about the
Which
Kings.
one? Celtics Kings?
Celtics.
Yeah.
Kings.
I don't know about the Kings.
Nope.
Kings. Ryan Gomes. No, he played for the Wolves and the.
How do we go from Katie Margaret to this?
How did we not, man? She should have played with us. I think she would have been good at it.
I think she was already breaking down film from practice.
Probably.
Man, I can't think of any Heat player that also played for the Kings. This is driving me nuts.
I mean, Jason Williams is there.
Yeah, I put that, but it's 40%.
What about
Was
no,
Keon
he didn't.
dueling on both?
Oh, maybe.
How do you spell Keon?
Keyon.
This is for the Celtics Kings?
Heat Kings, right? Wasn't Keon dueling on both?
Nope, he wasn't on the Heat and Kings.
What about Andre Miller for Wizards and 8+ assists?
Oh, in any season, so not him.
2%.
We can leave that for now.
That's good
Yeah.
enough. Let's just. keep
Yeah.
this
Oh,
moving.
we got to get this thing going.
Yeah. You got time situation.
Oh, I got a good one for never won NBA Finals and 8+ assists. You can do Grievous Vasquez.
I mean,
Former Maryland player. 0.39.
yeah, no, I knew that one was good. I didn't even wait for you to utter it. So you're being Grievous. What the hell do you average 8 assists a game?
He had a year where he averaged 9 point something, I think. It was one season he went off. Kings and
So it's Kings and Celtics.
What about-
Celtics, Heat, Kings and Heat, and then
Kings and Heat. What about did Josh McRoberts play for the Kings? I know he played for the Heat.
Nope.
Not sure about the Kings. Nope, he did not. Okay.
Shouldn't you know the Kings with your California bias, man?
Tony Douglas. Did he play for the Kings? I know he played for the Heat.
It's not coming up. Tony? Tony?
No, there's an E. Toney.
0.17.
There we go.
This is Heat Kings.
Heat Kings.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Wizards and Heat, right?
There's 3 left. There's Wizards and Heat. There's
Kings and Celtics, and Kings and
Kings
8 plus,
assists. Which
What about Eddie Curry? Didn't he play for the Wizards?
send it in.
Nope.
Damn, sucks to suck.
Jawan Howard. Almost once, and then for real the second time.
Did Carlos Arroyo play for the
15%
Wizards?
for Jawan Howard.
Oh, Carlos Arroyo.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking. I don't know.
Nope.
Damn. Sean Livingston for Wizards and Heat.
1%.
There we go.
Definitely good enough. Now we got 2 left.
I'm definitely going 8 assists in Kings. Did Ty Lawson? Ty Lawson had 8 assists at one point. I just don't know how good.
1.8%.
There we go.
All right.
I'm on fire right now.
Last one.
This is the one I'm gonna have the most trouble with. Kings and Celtics.
Who barely plays?
That's what I'm trying to think of, the most random. Did Avery Bradley play for the Kings? You want to try it first, Melissa, and see?
Nope.
Damn.
I mean, I can guess too, right? Because it doesn't really matter. Because
Yeah, well, it'll end the thing if you guess, and it's
It'll
too
end
late.
it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then it definitely matters.
Yeah, then it does.
What's our highest one? 2%.
What about Etwan Moore? He played for a shit ton of teams. Former
How do you spell
Boilermaker. ETWUA something something like that.
It's E''TWAUN.
Yeah.
Nope.
Damn. He played for
I feel like there's always one that you have a problem with.
Anthony Tolliver.
No, I think that actually might work.
Nope.
Oh.
Nazir Muhammad. Nope. Man, our go-tos.
What about What about did Darrell Wright play for the Kings? Somebody want to, or I know he played for the Heat.
Drafted him out of high school. Nope.
Did Mavs legend Eric Dampier play?
Dampier.
I know.
I almost
I corrected myself. Okay, chill, dude.
How do you spell it?
Dampier.
How do you think you spelled Dampier?
It wasn't coming up, so either I'm spelling.
No,
I was spelling
no,
Eric wrong. No, it didn't work.
Mavs, man. or not
Why?
Mavs.
Wait, why?
Mon-
I can give
I
you
know, I
Mavs
was-
for days.
No. I was thinking. I was still thinking of Dampier. Sorry. I don't even know. Freaking Queens, man.
Matt Barnes.
Did he play for the?
I have no idea.
Nope.
What about? He played for the Wizards too. Roger Mason. Did he play for?
Nope.
Damn, really? He played for a good amount of teams too, I think. Did Mike Beasley play for them for a little bit?
Oh, I got one, but it's 28%.
What was it?
Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, he played.
Which one did you say?
I forgot. You know me,
Michael
just like,
Beasley, right?
oh yeah, Michael Beasley.
Nope.
Oh, I have one. I think he played for the Kings. It's he started his career there. Hassan Whiteside. I just don't know how high that's going to be.
Nope.
He didn't? What? Oh,
For
we're doing
Celtics,
Kings
Kings?
Celtics.
I was about
What
to
am I
say.
thinking?
I was like,
I was
did he
thinking
just?
Kings Heat.
I was like, did he end up with the Celtics at some point? Like, when did that happen?
No.
Because you were like questioning the Kings
No.
part of it. I was like, I don't remember.
Oh
if
my
he had the
God.
Celtics, but Matt
No, I
knows
was-
things, so I didn't say anything.
No, that was totally me. Oh my God. Who? Celtics. I'm like Marquise Daniels, Brian Scalabrine.
Wait, the owner of the Celtics or the general manager?
It was Danny Ainge
Danny
before.
Ainge.
Didn't he
But
play
now-
basketball?
Yeah. Yes.
Did he play for the Kings?
Isn't he like in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, he is.
Danny Ainge.
I don't follow that long ago.
He
I'm
made
just
one of the most
asking.
famous shots in college history
I
too,
I don't
against Notre
didn't
Dame in the
follow
NCAA
him.
tournament, like coast
Sorry.
to coast. He might have played for the
I'm
Kings.
just saying.
Send it in. See what it is. I can't do it.
Did Gerald Green play for the Kings? I feel like
Danny
he did.
Ainge is 3.3%.
It's a tough one to end on.
Hold on, Gerald Green.
Yeah.
Nope.
What about Jonas Jerebko?
I don't even know how to spell that.
What
is it?
Jonas. Jonas.
Oh, Jonas?
Yeah.
It's
No, it's
Jonas.
Jonas.
Oh, I thought you said. I was like, what's Jonas? No, it didn't work.
What about like that? What was that center? Greg Stiesma. What about Greg Stiesma?
Are you just making up players at this
No, I'm
point?
not.
No, their names that come up, but they didn't. It doesn't come up for the box.
No Greg Stiesma.
Nope.
I mean, Isaiah Thomas played for both of them, but that's going to be like.
I was
the number
literally
one
typing
answer.
that in, but it's 34%. I was
Yeah,
literally
that's
typing that in as you
That's
said
gonna
that.
be a big one.
Yeah.
Marcus Thornton. What is he?
1.7.
There we go.
I think that's enough. That's
We
good
ended
enough. That's good enough. I'll make it official over here.
If you only knew some of the names I typed in that give like such massive percentages, I don't even say it because I'm embarrassed.
All right. Well, there's your grid from 3 days ago.
We got 49th.
out of 4,000.
We should do ones from a few days ago because then it'll be like legit percentages because that's already like done.
Well, that one time we did it after it rolled over, and it was just whatever we picked
Yeah.
would be like 30% because we're one of 3 people
Yeah.
that have put an answer in.
So that was a good pod today, guys.
We didn't even talk about the men's team. They've been practicing.
They have been practicing, but today was a women's episode. 'Cause we had the
I
OG
mean,
on.
Coach L's got his lineup locked in apparently, according to Coach Meier. So
I know.
I
I
think Coach Meier has more options than Coach L does.
yeah.
well, it sounds like she's gonna like let it ride and figure it out as the season goes
Yeah.
on. Not really lock in on a lineup.
That's a nice problem to have.
When she's like, the rotation is 10 deep. Like, geez.
No, it is. We've been through it.
Yeah. The beginning of the off season, we mostly, when you were on your honeymoon and stuff, me and Vish mostly talked about women's because she was picking up so many players. There was so much to talk about. So more guards than Shawshank.
When Coach Meier said small ball, and I was like, wait, what? Small ball?
It's
So we have bigs.
Yeah, I know we have bigs. Well, I guess Latasha's still not fully back,
Ready.
which is problematic. Because then we only have the two bigs.
They're probably not trying to rush her.
Yeah, but then we only have 2 bigs. So that's why I think her definition of small ball is not playing Matthew Cleveland at center, which is probably something we're going to see at times this year. I think
He's not going to be at center. Okay, I would like to say he has put on weight too. Definitely has.
in a good way.
If people who watch this could only see what our group text entails sometimes.
What are you trying to get us
I don't even know what we're talking about. And all of a sudden, Matt just chimes in and is like, yo, Matt Cleveland's put on some weight. It's good to see. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, like you haven't like sent a random thing like that too. Come on.
Well, it's weirder coming from you guys.
Why?
Why? Racist?
Wait,
no,
what?
because I'm a girl.
Just kidding.
Sexist applies though.
That's also another joke. That's also another joke in our group text.
Well, I think I'm the racist one in the group text. So
Yeah, you are. Vish told me that I look like I make my own trail mix. I was like, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
I did not say that. I asked you if you actually. You're the one who said that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Okay. All right, then I started asking her all the white people I know if they make their own trail mix, and no one does. Like, I don't know where that came from.
I think this got sparked also with the whole Matt made his own pumpkin spice foam last week.
I mean, that was a culmination of a series of disturbing behaviors on his part.
What else was there?
I don't even know. There's been a lot of there's been a lot of a Caucasian behavior.
Like what? Just
least you
because
ate Popeyes.
I God forbid I have one freaking coffee with some cream on it, some pumpkin flavored cream, and I'm like the whitest human being in the universe.
I mean, come on. It's you're in California. You could do all sorts of things out there.
I think the real question will be is
Don't
Vish
go to
gonna
a
make
Trader
this
Joe's,
two?
Vish. You're gonna think everyone's white as hell.
Is Vish gonna make this into 2 pods or 3? Like, is there gonna be enough tangent for him to make his own, like, does Matt make his own trail mix pod, or is this gonna get looped in with the NBA grid?
Oh no, this is all
random
one.
tangent.
This is all one, and then the Katie Meier stuff is the second. It's only gonna be 2.
Because no one's gonna listen to this part.
No, although we should have pitched this earlier when there were more people after the Katie Meier interview. But Matt's gonna be producing some content for the audio stream. So it's gonna be doing breakdowns of some college basketball outside of Miami's for all of all of our fans that discovered college basketball last year and don't really know anything other than
Also,
we were good.
That wasn't where I thought you were going, but I also was like, oh, we probably should have repped our sponsor while there are still people listening for the Katie Meier interview.
Yeah, that's fine. We have sponsors on the audio that get in late anyway. But yeah, no, Matt's gonna be doing a college. You wanna tell people what you're gonna be doing? He's gonna be doing a college basketball show on the podcast only feed.
Yeah, it's gonna be more of a general podcast. I'm actually playing around with the idea. I think I'm going to do shorter episodes, probably like 20 minutes. I mean, it's only going to be me talking for the most part, unless like Vish.
Can you talk for 20 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, about just college basketball in general, you'd be surprised. So I used to do a college basketball podcast with one of my buddies, and I realized that I was like 80%, no, like 90% of the talking.
Oh, that's me and Vish on this.
Well, but no, it's gonna be more of a general thing. I'm just talking about college basketball in general. It'll pick up like, you know, in November when all those tournaments happen, preseason tournaments, and then
Are we gonna cover the
you know, in
Bahamas one?
March. Yeah, I'm gonna cover all of them.
But I mean,
Maui one.
I think it'll be more focused on not what Miami's doing, since we'll obviously.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
covering
just
that
college.
heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna be more focus on.
But inevitably, the shows will collide in Phoenix. So
yeah,
you can't.
yeah, and then my plan is to do like some conference previews, like not, you know, go super in depth.
Phoenix
like
or Cleveland?
Well, no, I don't think Matt's doing women's.
No, he's gonna come to Cleveland though if they make the Final Four.
You're like totally lost, and we were talking. We're like having
No,
one
he's
conversation.
talking about what he's talking about. But
Melissa, the
Yeah.
men could make the Final Four, and I still wouldn't go to Cleveland. I'm not. We could make it to the national championship game, and I still wouldn't go to Cleveland.
But what I was saying though is like he's basically not going to cover Miami on the other show because we obviously
I
cover
know.
it here.
I'm sorry to any of our viewers that are from Cleveland.
He said
I'm not.
I would say he's not going to have a choice when we're in Phoenix, because like how are you going to do a college basketball show and not talk about one of the games in the Final Four? So
yeah,
that's what I was saying. So Cleveland didn't fit.
but I'm just saying.
I did throw some bait out there for Coach Meier, and she didn't take it.
She did talk about buckets though.
Yeah, no, she worked in buckets. She worked in the show name. She talked about. I mean, she worked in it multiple times. But yeah, she didn't
I laughed
take
the first time.
She didn't take my.
When she said buckets, I giggled to myself a little bit.
She didn't take my bait on getting to Cleveland, so.
I don't think she's looking that far ahead.
No, 4 game blocks, right? Game blocks.
Well, I mean, the ACC schedule is so road game top heavy at the beginning, like. So, all right, Matt has to go play basketball. I have to go pack.
I got a game.
Drop some buckets.
We got to, man. This is to be the number 1 seed in playoffs, so got to do it.
Let us know how many buckets you make after the game.
I mean, that's also what people are missing.
Do you have any apple juice boxes left?
I do.
Take some apple juice boxes.
I will. I will. I'll need them.
All right. Cue the socks outro.
For real, I should play the F1 one as a joke, but.
Don't cry. Keep it chill. Wear good socks.